on that one. I really planned on showing a bunch of seashells and agates and that type of thing, but they're probably about 50 yards under the ocean right now, so that's probably not going to happen. But there still are some piles of shells that we'll come across, and I can show you. There's a lot of broken ones. When you get closer to low tide, then there's a lot of complete seashells that are just amazing, all the different colors. And so anyway, can you hear the ocean or can you just hear me? Really beautiful colors, the green and the dark green and the blues against that blue sky. It's just incredible. Very peaceful. Unless you're trying to work a gimbal that you don't know how to work very well. I just haven't done these videos very often. Rick is the one that has been doing the Hago videos, and I haven't, so I haven't gotten used to all the mechanics of it. So eventually we're going to buy a different one, and I think that'll help a lot. This one just kind of feels like Rick's gimbal, so I don't want to mess it up. So I'm looking forward to when we have two. I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine, but I'm looking forward to when we have two gimbals, and that way I can really figure out how to work it and how to use it. That will be better for all of you. So we're coming across the part that has some seashells, and they're really broken. A lot of them are broken, but every now and then there is a whole one. So yeah, evidently not in this spot though. They all look pretty broken. Here comes the ocean. Like I was saying, we just haven't been down here when it's been this rough. So this is really quite a treat for us. Makes it a little different than what we were planning, since we won't really be going after the seashells and such, but here we are. The tide's supposed to be going out now, but it keeps trying to catch us, that's for sure. Yeah, it's beautiful here at the island. There's, at the other end, there's probably, I don't know. Well, we probably had about 50 or 60 people on the ferry with us, and they run just about every hour, except around lunchtime. They kind of quit for a couple hours for all the workers to have a lunch break. But there's probably 200 or 300 people on the beach, and you can actually keep walking to the north behind us. You can walk for a long ways, like to the next town, and there's several main beaches that are down there. One is Barrel Beach, which is really awesome. Rick's done a tour there, and it is full of really old anchors, boat anchors. They're all rusted, and there's hundreds in the right along the beach, and they represent the tuna fishing that is no longer prevalent in this area. You know, it just kind of, the tuna left, and There's still tuna fishing here, but it's not like it was. It used to be like just massive tuna fishing, and the fishermen had to either fish for other types of fish or change careers, and a lot of them changed careers. So the Barrel Beach, and we have photos on our website. So the Barrel Beach anchors represent that. So we got on the ferry. It takes about 15 minutes to get out here, and so we were, like I say, with about 60 other people, and it's a nice little ferry ride. It's really comfortable. There's upstairs where you're out in the weather, and then there's a downstairs where you're out of the weather. So we knew we were going to be on the beach a lot of the day, so we went ahead and sat inside because the outside was full of people. So there was only about 10 other people downstairs with us. So that was nice. And what we're going to do is we're just going to walk along the beach here, and then we're going to, Rick's going to take over with the gimbal, and he's going to show like the little cabanas and little huts and umbrellas and that type of thing. And then we'll go to the restaurant part of the island, and there's probably about 10 different restaurants. We just had a toasty. I had a cheese toasty, and I think Rick had ham and cheese, and they were pretty good. They were really big. We each ate about half of ours. So it's always good food here, and the restaurants are always really busy, and people just relax. They have a lot of them have comfy chairs, and almost got caught by the ocean. And so they're just nice to just sit and relax. We sat there for about an hour, and so that was nice. So yeah. So I can't tell who is on with us and who isn't. Rick has my phone, and I'm going to hand this off to him and let him tell you a little bit more about Tavira, and whatever you want to know, just ask questions and we'll try our best to answer them. We got there for about an hour.
All right, guys, it's Rick here. We just switched off, so we're trying to avoid arm fatigue and stuff like that, and get a little chance to take a break and see what we can see out here at the lovely beach today. And the waves are really much higher than we've ever seen them over here, breaking at the shoreline here. So it's pretty intense, but it's really cool. It's a beautiful day. We get a little bit of spray from the ocean when the waves break, which is nice, and you can see that the tide is supposed to be right about high tide right now, so it should be kind of getting ready to go back out. So, but it's still coming in pretty good. So thank you guys all for joining and for just being patient with us as we kind of learn to do this together. And I'll just let you hear the waves for a minute. So this is kind of looking down the beach here from west to east, and the beach is, I don't know how many miles long. Like Lori said, if you just continue walking west on this beach over here, you'll get to that anchor cemetery on Barrel Beach. Past that, or even more beaches, and there's 3 main ones here for tourism. This is one of them. And then there is Praia de Estrada, I think is the name of it, and then Praia de Barril. And praia is the Portuguese word for beach. So I think Lori's taking care of the chat now. So I know whenever I was commenting, it would say from Lori, but I was using her phone. We're trying to help each other with the chat part of this because on Facebook Live, there's a very, very tiny window to actually see the chats as they roll up. And so Hago was already, the format that it used was already kind of tough because it's a small screen, but at least we had one side of the screen that was reserved for the chat. But with Facebook Live, the chat is just like in a little corner down on the bottom left, and can only see about one chat if it's like not over a couple lines. So only about 3 lines at a time in the chat window. So it's something we're just gonna have to try to practice and get used to, and learn how to navigate. Nice little seagull there. Such a beautiful day, and the breeze off the ocean is just right. I mean, the sun's out full intensity, but it doesn't feel hot. It just feels nice and warm, and it's just a little bit of, like I said, a little bit of the ocean spray whenever it hits the up close to us when they break close to the beach here. So we didn't even look at the tide table this time before we came. We usually look, and I think the other thing was the ferry schedule. we had to take an earlier ferry out than we anticipated because they skipped the hour of 1:40. The ferry leaves Tavira on the hour at like 12:40, 11:40, 12:40, but then it skips 1:40 and goes to 2:40. So we knew we wouldn't be able to take that later one and be able to get here in time to start our tour. So, but it was nice. I think Lori already told you we had some drinks and a couple of toasties while we were relaxing here before we got started. Trying to let the sound of the ocean waves take up most of the audio while we're here, because you'll hear us talking later when we get away from the beach. We're going to show you some of the restaurants and things like that. Thing about this area here, you'll see that we're kind of at the limit. They do usually in the peak season have a lifeguard. You'll see down here where there are not any lifeguards past this sign here, and actually I don't even see any out here today. So, but up towards the lighthouse, see if I can get you straightened out here. I don't know if you can see it in the distance. It's hard for me to see the screen with so much sun and everything glaring on it, but it looks like I know there was a sign up there, and there were lifeguards earlier in the well, I would say earlier in the year, not, it's like September when we came here last year. So about that time, their lifeguards were still on duty. The peak holiday season here is from around June to September. Those 4 months, July and August, are the busiest, and they are the hottest. So if you plan on coming here just for a little while to visit, I would advise you to do like maybe June or September, just still warm enough to get out and enjoy the beach, and even get in the water. I know I got in the ocean when we came here in September. It's about mid-September, and it wasn't bad at all. But you know, it's everybody's preference. They have preferences for the temperature levels that you like, air and water and that kind of thing, and how much sun you like. So, yeah, this is great to have you guys on here. Right now I see 8 is live, and I suppose I should count Lori's phone as 1. So I know sometimes it's you can't always comment or chat or whatever, but if you guys would like to, put something in the chat. Lori is looking at that on her phone, so she can reply. This is our second time to go Facebook Live, and we're still learning how to use the application, the app, the format, how to work with each other, because we didn't do very much of that with Hago. It was mostly she would go with me and stuff, but now we're switching gears to do what we initially planned, and that's really to do more things together. So glad you guys are here today, and I thank you for being here. It's really a blessing. Yeah, that one got a little close. We're considering using an app called Rickshaw. It's a new app out for live tours. It's still kind of in the beta phase, so has a few bugs left, but some people are trying it and they're having pretty good success. One of the features it has is I think it's called a hot button or something like that. It's people can request a one-on-one tour of the guides that are available, so the guide will just make himself available or herself available, and then get a notification if somebody wants to join and do a live tour at any given time. So that might be interesting to try out, because sometimes we're just out and about and we haven't scheduled anything, but we would like to share it with people. And we could do an impromptu Facebook Live. That could probably work too, but kind of interested to try some of these other platforms. We can't go live with a mobile device on YouTube yet until we get 1,000 subscribers. So if you're interested in helping us with that, you could just go on over to our YouTube channel at Rick and Lori's Grand Adventure on YouTube and hit the like, the follow button, share the videos, and subscribe. That'll help us bring more content to you, and we've got quite a bit up there now. We've got a lot of my the Hago tours that I did before are up there unedited, so you can see all of that, replays, as well as some other things that we've recorded over the years. And we've been adding some shorts on there that kind of help get some views in and maybe bring people to our channel. And if you'd like to support us with our channel, we'd like to just let you know that we do have a Buy Me a Coffee page set up and a PayPal page set up, and you can find the links. If you can't find them here on Facebook, you can find them on our YouTube channel. Because we do like to share these tours and kind of grow the community that we have in our care, and hopefully offer some good content and some valuable things to your life, enrich your life in some way. So if you find value in that, or you feel blessed in some way, it's good to have you in. And we know that everybody can't financially support us, and that's just fine. We just love to have you here, and just enjoying this beautiful places that we go to and the experiences that we're having exploring the world. There's a little lighthouse down here, and that kind of marks the edge of this part of the beach. And then it gets rock. There's a big rock wall kind of they've set up there to kind of separate out the area and the beach. form a little protective area. So this is the area where the families come and play in the water, swim in the ocean.
Seashells?
Would love to see your seashells. You want to talk about your seashells?
Well, I don't know much about them other than they're pretty. So it's amazing how the designs are on each one, its colors. It's just, I mean, each one is probably its own species or subspecies of a species, I don't know. And then they have these agates with all these reddish, orangish coloring. So those are kind of cool too. And usually I can find just tons and tons and tons of these, but we're just at the beach at the wrong time. But that's okay. It's beautiful. It's been a wonderful trip here. So yeah, I've got a ton at home, and you'll find some videos online of me just kind of picking through the sand and seashells, because I keep finding these tiny, tiny miniature baby seashells that are kind of cool to collect. So, and I think people like to listen to that sound of me just kind of digging through the seashells. So it's just something I've been doing lately. Yeah. Thanks for joining, everybody. Angela, that would be awesome. We'd have so much fun. We'll take you all around.
So yeah, we're just trying to time this so that you get as much enjoyment out of the beach and the waves and everything as possible. But we do want you to stay with us as we get ready to walk back up the, I was going to call it a boardwalk. It's not really a boardwalk, but they do place some either
concrete block walk.
Concrete block walk, yeah. Some blocks out there to walk on. They'll take us back up to the area where they serve the drinks and the meals and the appetizers, tapas they're called here. Toppers, bebidas is drinks. And they have several restaurants here. I would say probably 6 altogether maybe. And they have a lot of them have fresh fish. A all kinds of Portuguese traditional dishes, and then also American stuff. So Tavira being a tourist city, and the beach being a tourist beach, they cater to a lot of English-speaking visitors, and then there's a large English-speaking expat group that lives in this area in the Algarve region of Portugal, which is the warmest and sunniest part of Portugal. I'm not sure. I haven't done a lot of research yet as far as being a user on Facebook Live and to see what might be available to do the screenshots, postcards. So planning on doing some more of that research there and finding out how to interact better with people that are joining us. So, and maybe give you some tips as I find out. We do have a community group on Facebook. It's called Live Virtually, See the World. It's for Hago guides and voyagers and anybody else that wants to join and see live tours. There also is another one, and I can't remember what it was called, Live Virtually, I think, on Facebook. And that's a place where some of the previous hay-goers and others who are interested in seeing live tours have gone to share information about the tours, the schedules, and things like that.
Alright folks, I've got this gimbal again, so I'm going to do a little bit of a pan around to show you what the rest of the beach looks like, not just the ocean, because it really is quite interesting. I don't know, it was hard for me to kind of watch what Rick was doing. I was keeping track of the comments, but to see where he was pointing the gimbal and everything, it's pretty bright out here. So, but I want you to see, well, here's the ocean coming out at me. But I want you to see this whole property here at the beach. And here's some umbrellas that you can rent over there. And then a lot of, you can see the people coming. That's when you know the ferries just got here. When there's a whole group of people that start walking towards the beach, you can tell that the ferry just arrived. So, and then they even have these cabanas down this way. So, and you can rent those. Rick, did you already say how much the things were to rent?
I think they're, well, down there at the other end, or right over here, where the XIRI Ziri Beach Cafe is, that's 10 euros or 12 euros, depending if you wanted an umbrella or the full kind of covering, the cabana covering. It comes with 2 chairs, 2 lounge chairs. And I think you can get an extra chair for like another 5 euros or something like that. But yeah, it's not too bad, you know, for a whole day.
Yeah, absolutely. It's for a whole day. Wow. I was thinking it might be for an hour. But yeah, they do things really uniquely here. Some things are really good deals. So what we're going to do now is we're going to say goodbye to the ocean that's coming at us. And we're going to head back to the restaurants and that type of thing. And like I said, we are facing a group of people coming in because they just came in from the ferry, and so they're ready to spend their time at the beach. And we're gonna take the next ferry out of here probably, or maybe even the next one. I'm not sure. We might come back down to the beach as the tide's going out. So, but right now this is kind of a little bit of a walk. So if you have any questions, it's a great time to ask him. Rick's got my phone now, so he'll be answering questions under my name. And once again, here's all the little umbrellas and the chairs, and it's just really quite lovely. And you can already barely hear the ocean. It's just like 30 yards behind me, and it just, the sand, I guess, just sucks all that noise in and absorbs it. Kind of interesting. I'll try not to huff and puff too much as I'm walking through here. The other thing that's really cool is, uh-oh, somebody's missing a wallet. So that's not good. Oh, bummer. So you gotta, it's like anywhere, I guess, anymore. You really gotta watch your wallets and your purses. And crime here is not bad. I feel super safe here. The most that usually happens is pickpocketing. And so I'll take that against some of the other things that go on in the world any day. So there's a little sign over here that shows a little iguana, a chameleon. So chameleons live here. We haven't seen one yet in the wild, but I'm sure we will eventually. And they do things like volleyball out here on the beach, and a lot of times kids are kicking the soccer ball around out here. Here's our concrete block walk. And yeah, some of the restaurants up here carry Ben and Jerry's, and Magnum ice cream is super popular here. I end up getting a Magnum ice cream bar from time to time. And there's wildflowers blooming up here on this little sand dune. Rick's coming along. He's answering questions. He looks like a beach bum, doesn't he? Oh yeah, he can hear me, I forgot. So yeah, here's all the people that came off the ferry. Hey, how's it going? Young kids are always so fun. So yeah. But it's just been a really unique and interesting experience to spend time here. That one doesn't feel like going to the beach today. But we've just had so many great experiences, and we've met some really great people, some people that we'll be friends with forever. So it's just been an amazing experience, one we won't soon forget. So really glad that we decided to do this in our youth. So yeah. I'm really glad we ended up landing in Tavira because it has everything we need. Our apartment is super close to downtown where everything's happening. In fact, they were setting up a ton of little tents for like at a fair. And so there must have been 50 little tents. So something is happening this weekend. I have no idea what it is, but it looks like the downtown will be super busy with places to shop at, and so that'll be kind of interesting to go see what's going on there. So Rick had a Bible study this morning, and I had coffee with some lady friends, and so we got to laugh and drink coffee and enjoy ourselves and watch the people go by and talk about what our challenges are with being here away from our kids and away from our homes, and the struggles and the trade-offs to the good parts of being here. So here's one of our favorite restaurants on the island. They have some good food and good service and nice shade. That's always a plus when we're done at the beach. And they have Ben & Jerry's and Magnum ice cream, and they have drinks. Sangria is real popular here. Lots of sandwiches, and there's a couple big fish restaurants down that way. That's the way to the ferry, and we will go that way in just a little bit, but for right now we're just going to kind of walk through these other restaurants. Some are open, some aren't. Here's a big sign that says Isla Tavira, Praia de Tavira. And so this, you can see the ocean in the distance, and all the people from the ferry are already almost to the beach. So anybody that was gonna go back is already on the ferry and probably heading back already. So we have probably another hour before it gets back here again. So we'll probably grab some, I don't know if we ate a sandwich, and I had a daiquiri? Yeah, daiquiri, a frozen daiquiri. So I love ice. I love icy things. And there's not a lot of that here, but they did have a frozen daiquiri, which I don't really like daiquiris, but it had a red berry one. And so I tried it, and it was good. It was good. It was nice to have that real icy drink. So I like that. So that was nice. Ice cream's super popular here, and gelato. This is almost all the stores and restaurants have this sign. So, yeah. So it's a popular sign, kind of all over. So this is where we ate earlier, about a couple hours ago. And as you can see, there's a lot of shade. There's some little birds. Nice young man, the servers. That was our server that just walked by. And good music. There's always good music playing. A lot of American music that's played. And then also a lot of American music that has been remade by someone from another country. So that's kind of cool to just kind of, makes us feel at home, because it's like 80s music, and that's awesome. So, yeah. So this gentleman, he was super friendly earlier.
Hola.
Hola. How are you today?
Okay, Tina.
Good. Tina. Hi, Tina.
Hi.
He's very nice and welcoming. So, yeah. There's another restaurant. And they're just kind of, each one has its own unique style and setup, and so it's kind of fun. This one's clear down on the corner, so I don't know if it's not open yet because there's no one here, but they have these hard chairs, so that's why I didn't want to eat here, because I wanted to sit in a comfy chair. So I don't know if that's what's going on, or they just, a lot of places are only open for dinner around Portugal, so that might be the case. But, and I'm not sure what time it is, but we're at the end of the Tavira Island restaurants, and so just coming back around. Well, and here's Rick. What do you got to say?
Oh, it's really cool. I love the beach. Just been trying to keep up with the chat and everything, so I kind of had my head buried in the phone for a little bit, and trying some new things here. Just I thought I'd try to send a join request. I don't know how that's going to work, but see if maybe we can join the two phones. But that may not be the best thing yet. So, but we'll continue to chat and offer a chat in the chat window, and then if you have any questions, about us, throw them up, and we will try to answer them. It looks like we got about a little over 10 minutes left of the scheduled time here, and so we'll probably start getting ready to head back to the ferry. And thanks so much for joining us today. So yeah, we'll just continue, and like I said, throw up questions or anything like that. Let us know how we're doing here on the Facebook Live. I know John said it's clearer and a better video, which I agree. I've watched some of the others.
Not quite so easy.
It doesn't seem as choppy as it did on Hago, so I like that. But we're just learning the features. So thanks for hanging in there with us, and we'll keep bringing these tours to you. And we'll see, maybe, like I said it earlier, maybe rickshaw, maybe try some other things. But and when we can get 1,000 subscribers, we'll be able to go live on YouTube. That's the goal, I think. So,
Yeah.
All good.
Good deal. All right, so we'll just do a little bit more of a walkthrough, and we'll head down to the ferry and show you what that looks like. I don't think it'll be here yet, but that's okay. We can walk down there. There's Tina again. She's working hard. So, yeah. Rick, did you want an ice cream? No? He doesn't want ice cream. That's never the right answer. It's always yes, we want ice cream, right? So here's another concrete walk. Takes down to the beach. Back to this restaurant that we already ate at. So, and it's a nice restaurant. Look at that. It's just everywhere has they offer drinks. Here's some hamburgers, chicken burgers, French fries. Their meat is processed a little different in Portugal. I haven't really gotten used to it yet, but I love their chicken. They have really good chicken here, so that's my meal of choice. And then this restaurant, of course, is not open yet, but they're ready for a big crowd. Probably, I don't know if they'll open tonight or if they just aren't open for the season yet. The season's just ramping up. There's been a lot more people downtown Tavira, so the tourists are starting to come back. But I think that it still takes some time for it to be like full-on tourist season. I think me and Rick end up saying some of the same things because we don't stand by each other and listen to what each other's saying. He's like, oh, right behind me. But usually we're like 20 feet apart, and so we don't really pay attention to what each other's saying. So we might double up on our what we're talking about. I think he was saying there was about 6 restaurants, and I think I said there was 10. I'm like, we need to get together.
Estimating. Estimating. I have no idea.
There's another ice cream sign.
Count them out.
And look, this is kind of decorated pretty cool. And then here's the fish case, so you can choose your fish. And then here's some crab. And look at all that. Look at that. We've watched that one on the upper right. We've watched people harvest them in the ocean. It's very, very interesting. So that's kind of cool. So here we go. And here you got grilled fish, all you can eat, 15 euros. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, Rick thought we were going to meet the ferry.
It was at 3:15, not 3:30. It was 3.
Right.
So
Yeah, I saw those people coming. Yeah.
Well, then we still got
2 hours.
No, an hour.
An hour. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
well, should we walk down and show the ferry area?
sure.
All right, we can keep going. If you want to jump off here, we totally understand because we're like the beach is beyond us, or, it's behind us. Here's this cool fish. they encourage everybody to put their water bottles and soda bottles in there. It's kind of cool. Kind of cool. Want everybody to recycle, take care of the earth. It's always a good thing. Kind of fun. A little playground. Yeah, and they have a... If we got an hour, should we go back to the beach?
Well, I think we could, yeah, I mean, at least go back and have a drink or something.
Yeah.
But I'm going to put my shoes on.
Okay. So this is a campground actually over here. So people come here and camp in the summer. It's not open right now, but you can see it's pretty nice. It would be pretty fun to just camp and be right there close to the ocean. You could just walk to the ocean early in the morning. I mean, it's only like not even a quarter mile behind us. So that'd be awesome. And I think these places, it seems like they were open in September. So, and they were like little shops, like with beach things, like beach balls and boogie boards and that kind of thing. So, I tell you, this gimbal. We have the microphone is plugged into it, and so it kind of gets caught up. So it kind of makes it a little bit of a challenge for it to flow right. But that's all right. We got the equipment, you know, we have it. So that's been really helpful to at least have a gimbal. Makes everything so much nicer. And someday we'll get the other one, and then we'll each have one, so that'll be kind of fun. And this, I don't know, it's like there's little houses here. I don't know if people that own the restaurants, if they live here. It might be, I would think that might be the case. So, and we're just gonna go around this corner, and yeah, so in the distance you can see the ferry terminal. It's not much of a terminal, it's just kind of a big deck. But that's where the ferry comes in and out almost every hour. And then in the summer, it comes even more often than that. So it's kind of nice. It would be kind of fun to live at a place that we didn't have to get the ferry, but I'm not knocking it. I mean, I'm just very appreciative that we at least can grab the ferry and come here. But there are other places throughout the Algarve that you can be like right on the coast, right on the beach. So we haven't explored a ton yet, but we have been able to do some things around here. Especially we've gone to several of the little towns that are around here, and they each have their own unique style and history, and it's been so much fun to experience all this. It's just been really enjoyable, and we just have fun. We like to explore, and we love it that we get to take people with us now. I mean, that we just have been having so much fun doing the videos and bringing people along with us on our adventures. So that's fun. And I think eventually Rick is going to do some actual tours with people on, like, live people, not on the computer. So that'll be kind of neat. Do walking tours in Tavira. So here we are. We're on the ferry terminal. Here's the little bay. And the water is just incredible colors. Just love it. Can you hear that splashing? Oh. And then that in the distance. See, there goes my wire I'm attached to. In the distance is Tavira. So, and there's a hotel. It's got like a tall spire. It's kind of orangey yellow. And some friends of ours were saying that yesterday they just went there and they ate lunch and had coffee and sat by the pool and just enjoyed themselves just sitting at that hotel. I'm like, you didn't have to buy a room or anything? And they're like, no, we were eating lunch and dinner there and having coffee. So I guess they don't care if people come and enjoy their pool if you're spending money there. So that sounds like they had a wonderful day. And usually you can see fish here in this water. So I'm just going to walk down and see if I can catch sight of any. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. Here's a bunch of fish. Let me see if I can. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Okay. Can you see? Can you see that? Now they're gone. No, they're there. They're just a little deeper than they were. They were right at the top, but I think they saw me. I don't know if you can see them, but they are there. Here we go. See them at the top there? It's this little, I don't know what they are. But I'm sure that people use them for food. So, all right. I can't tell what time it is, and Rick stayed back to get his shoes on. It is 3:31. So that looks like we're coming to the end of our time together. And I'm not sure what, I thought Rick would be kind of behind me, but he's not. We'll go see if we can catch up with him. And I think he was ready to sit down and relax because we have some time before the ferry gets here. It's probably an hour, almost an hour away. So we might go walk by the beach again, sit and have something to drink. Yeah. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for watching. Feel free to jump on our YouTube channel. We've been putting some videos up, some short videos. We posted a couple just yesterday or the day before, and there's a couple crazy silly ones that have like 1,200 views already. And one is like, I was cooking fajitas, and it's like a 10-second clip. So that's kind of funny. And the other one, there's one I was cooking onions, and people like that sound, the different sounds. Like the onions sound cool. They're frying in the oil. And what was another one that went really high, really fast? One, the train. I just had a short little video of the train coming into Tavira, and that one has gotten a lot of views. So we're just really trying to rack up the views and the hours, because once we hit 1,000, we can go live and on YouTube, and so that'll be helpful. And then we can actually start getting advertisers as well, hopefully. We're just trying to figure out ways just to kind of support our channel. And I've been making notebooks, so if you need a notebook to write in, you can search Lori Sue Roach on Amazon, and all my notebooks pop up. So I even have a couple of with my dad's paintings on the cover. So Don Thompson, artist. So I don't know if those are live yet. They'll probably be live in a day or two. They might be live now, but it might be a bit. So yeah, so those are there, and that's been fun to work on those while we've been here. And I've been doing some writing and have a book that I'm working on. Well, several, but I'd like to make a sangria cookbook, recipe book. And I'm doing a couple business books that I've been working on. One is 100 questions to ask yourself before starting a business. And so that will be the first one to come out. And I'm hoping I'll have that done before too long. It's almost, I've got the cover done. I've got most of the inside done. I just need to write a little bit more, and then I'll be ready to get it put on Amazon. So yeah, so we're just kind of trying to find ways to, we're building a foundation. I keep telling Rick, building a foundation, and that way once we're move back to the U.S. someday, then we'll have, we'll be able to use this as a way to support us traveling in the U.S. So we're excited to build this channel, and that was kind of our goal from the time we moved here, and we've just really been seeing things happening, and so that's exciting to see that our dreams are kind of coming true and have come true, and we're figuring things out. So I found Rick. He's sitting on a bench, so I'll come over to him, and looks like he's answering questions, maybe.
Yeah.
Yep.
Giving you feedback. The ferry was at 4:15.
At 4:15. All right.
It's 3:35 right now.
All right. You want to say goodbye?
Yeah, I was just going to post a couple more things here. Share
All right.
some of the links, like I shared our YouTube link and shared
Oh,
your
good.
Amazon link,
Oh, good.
stuff like that. You know.
Good deal.
So,
Thank
yeah.
you. Well, thank you everybody for coming and hanging out with us and being part of our day. Right, a little bit more, and then I'll be ready to. Whew, I'm a little winded. All that walking and talking.
Yeah, it is kind of standing on your feet that long and walking
Yeah.
and stuff, so yeah.
Rick's got it figured out, but I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out too. And like, especially like for us to try to help each other with the chat thing, it's really hard to see the chat window
It is.
with the person that's actually doing the video, the recording. So I think I was throwing some things in there for Lori to see, and she didn't see them because they probably didn't, filled up the chat window and went past or something like that. I know I heard her saying, a little bit, you guys were looking at the fish and some stuff like that. That's pretty cool. So just some of those experiences that we have when we're here. The trees are really beautiful here too. It's like there's some really nice pine trees like through here, and it's just a real nice park. Peter says, we don't mind if you continue. Great tour. Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Here's our trees. Makes us feel kind of at home. They're a little different than the ones we have in Oregon, but a little similar. So, well, thank you all. Glad you could be here with us. And I'm sorry I'm showing you this weird little fence at the end of our tour. So, here we are. See, my wire's hung up again, so. Yeah. All right, everybody. We're going to sign off. Rick, you want to say goodbye?
Sure, yeah. We should do it together. Maybe throw something in the background that's nice to see, eh?
The fish.
Okay. Well, we just thank you guys, and we just
There we go.
thank you guys so much for joining us. We do love you, and we thank you so much for being here with us, all the time you get to spend with us, and for us to share with you. And we'll keep doing it. Thanks for the encouragement. We'll keep doing it. We'll keep getting better, and keep finding new places to explore. Lori loves to find new places to explore.
Yes. Yes.
And she loves to plan trips, so that's part of what we need, and so we travel together pretty well.
All right. Bye, everybody. Thanks for coming. See you
Bye-bye.
next time.